Oh, yep. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to LKC Week 1, Day 1. We had a little bit of technical difficulties on our end, actually, this time. Unfortunate, just as we got back into the unpaused state, but doesn't look like we missed too much. Teams sort of just went around, but there's something fishy going on in the topside jungle right now. Shimmy and liposuction lane did invade into that area. Zintheros actually has to flash out from under tower. Crispy bot laner taking the ignite and the Piltover Peacemaker, but doesn't have to burn any summoners on his way back out.
Alex, I'm just going to double check this with you. I'm going to tell you a time and see if you're at it. Okay, so it's 3:10,
Okay.
3:11, 3:12.
Yep, we're synced up.
All right, we are good. Hello, everybody. Again, sorry, my PC crashed. Looking at these lanes, though, we already see a big CS lead for this Caitlyn. I'm on the map. It looks like Wally never connected.
Oh, yeah, I was not even paying attention there. I wonder, did they just decide to go on without him?
I guess so. I know our rules state that you have the option to either forfeit or play as is.
Yeah, so, looks like that is the case. We're not able to fix their internet issues there. We finally got him into the lobby, and then he just never was able to connect. They're probably still working on it as it goes, but there's a hook from Zintheros, but he has no mana. He can't play back. Crispy bot laner unloading onto Fargo. Fargo has to get out of there. Zintheros going to get rooted in place, but he's putting down a lot of damage with the play passive. Can't walk too far forward. Fargo trying to go in for the auto. It's like flash headshot, but it's not enough. Summoner heal forward. Crispy bot laner throws down the ward. He gets the kill. First blood to Team KC, and here's Jimmy double kill over to Crispy bot laner.
Yeah, really unfortunate flash forward there, as Crispy bot laner still did have the heal. And Fargo flashed forward for that just in the tower range. So taking that tower shot instantly makes them lose that trade. And that's a huge double kill for Crispy bot laner. As that lane was looking rough at first, just like on CS, but that double kill instantly gives him the lead.
Yeah, really rough. You got to keep those summoner spells in mind before you flash for the kill, because you might just trade your summoner for a lower priority one. In fact, I also think KKK Hillboy had just enough mana to get the shield off in addition to that summoner heal to keep himself alive, or to keep the AD carry alive. And that is going to be a big swing in favor of Team KC. 1.7k gold in the lead already.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at mid lane here right now, is where it's hovering, the camera's hovering around, and you can see just how much damage Wobber and Omeo is taking in this lane. He used both of his pots, and Rose only used one of his, sitting at way under half health, forced underneath this tower the whole entire time. He's just trying to farm it up as best he can to survive. And that's pretty much how this lane's going to go until the Spirit Bear can hopefully give him a little bit of relief pressure.
And Whopper no Mayo has to burn the summoner barrier just to survive. I think actually he also leveled to level 6 just as that happened. And so he was able to survive with the extra bit of health because the barrier did come out after the damage landed.
Yeah, bro is actually really unfortunate that he didn't get level 6. I think how did Syndra, I don't know what happened in the lane for Syndra to be XP ahead. Maybe Chimmy ganked or something, but weird that she had more XP when Ro had the lane show.
Yeah, there's some damage. The flame misses from Zintheros, and the hook hits a minion. So Team KC able to make it out of that one, but they do have their Poppy coming in right now. Hillboy goes in for the root onto Fargo. He's going to take a lot of damage, but the root's all he needed. There's the flash forward to the stun, but they trade one back. Hillboy goes down. Fargo with a good Caitlyn combo just unloads a lot of burst with the Piltover Peacemaker headshot. It will be a 1-for-1 with the help of Shimmy.
Like you said, really smooth Caitlyn combo right there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to take that lantern. If he got that combo off and lantern out, that would have been a rough one to watch on the side of Team KC. But the Spirit Bear's here.
Oh, here's the Spirit Bear, but he gets knocked into the wall immediately. They hook onto Crispy bot laner, but now Zintheros has been left for dead by his jungler. He pulls back the feathers, and Crispy bot laner on a killing spree already.
What is the ability where Poppy blocks your ability to dash?
Oh, the steadfast presence. It's her
steadfast presence right there onto that lantern. Perfectly done. Make sure the Spirit Bear can't get out and help Zintheros after that hook, which basically just ends in Zintheros' death. But that was really well played by Chimmy.
Yeah, this jungle Poppy pick, he is behind an EXP as we expected, but it's working out for him. He's made a lot of impact in that bottom lane already. He only has the 1 assist, but he basically secured the double for Crispy bot laner, even if he didn't actually land any damage.
Yeah, I'm wondering. So I'm wondering if, and this is just me thinking, if Team KC said, will just play without top laners and they're just letting their top laner farm for fun, or like what's going on, or if he's actually playing the game. I say that only because he hasn't really damaged the tower. I don't know if I can just like the gentleman's agreement or what their plan is here. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the way that tournament draft games work, we only have a 30-minute window. Oh, that's a good hook. He plays him back away. KK Hillboy is taking a lot of damage. Throws out the Dark Passage, but Crispy bot laner comes forward. Here's the Stand United, and there's the Shen delivered in there. There's the taunt onto 2. Zintheros uses the stopwatch, but to no avail. Crispy bot laner is just going to auto him one more time. A rampage for the AD carry of Team KC.
That answers that question. No gentleman's agreement. But hold on, here in the mid lane, we got a big fight going.
Yeah, Whopper No Mayo is landing a lot of damage. Ro has already used the Shockwave, and it's enough. He didn't even need the Unleashed Power. He threw it out just to add insult to injury, but Team KC are the ones with the shove onto the bottom lane.
Yeah, I was really worried there for a second because Whopper No Mayo had the damage for a long time with the balls down. All he had to do was hit R, but he was like waiting on it, it seemed like. I wasn't
yeah,
really
I
sure
think he was trying to...
barrier.
Yeah, he was trying to bait the barrier and the command protect, but Ro just sort of dies. He held onto it, waiting for the Unleashed Power, but as a result, he was just taking damage from the rest of his abilities.
Kind of unlucky there, but that's what the Cinder needs to do. She needs to get rolling, she needs to get popping, because she's got a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, Chimmy now invading onto, or sorry, not invading, that's his jungle.
Invading his own blue buff.
Yeah.
I like the question mark pings on the minimap from Ro. I wish they'd been more toward this jungler so I can see how toxic it was because the jungler did just take blue, but...
Yes, okay. Interesting that Team KC starting up the Cloud Dragon without their jungler in the area. Chimmy's actually on the top side of the map right now. Ro sidesteps on the scatter, the weak stun.
That's a combo.
I imagine what CrimsonKC at this point is doing is they're just trying to draw this game out, give Wally some more time to fix his connection issues, and try and come back in games 2 and 3.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does show up for the next game. It'd be really unfortunate if we just got one game, but yeah. Again, I don't have contact right now. I'm kind of waiting to hear back from our tournament organizer, so maybe we'll get a little bit more information for the stream as we go here, but 3 stacking in the mid lane.
Yeah, 3 stacked here. Chimmy is hanging around. He will see Zintheros. Hook goes wide.
I assume right now they're just trying to push down this tower.
Oh, that's a good stun onto Ro.
Yeah. They do have the Caitlyn damage on a tower, so you can get towers pretty fast and let headshots affect them. And if they go bottom lane, they don't have the tower anymore, so for a Shen ult to come through and for Poppy to show up again is really a possibility, and that's a 4v2 bot lane that they don't want to take. So. Yeah,
Team KC rotated their bot lane duo into the top lane, trying to shove down that tower. CrimsonKC, though, they're rotating their jungler plus their own bottom lane up there, and a KK Hillboy might get jumped on. Dragon's Descent comes in, but he doesn't get the knock-up, has to back away, or else he gets rooted in place by the 4-0 Zaya, and that's not what you want.
Sending a top lane. Oh, wait, hold on. Poppy.
Oh, they found Chimmy. Chimmy's going to take some damage there. They flay him back in. He gets the stun off, but here comes the rest of Team KC. Whopper No Mayo goes out the scout of the week, but that's a 3-man shockwave. Fargo gets thrown in with the Dark Passage, but I don't think this is where he wanted to be. They kill off Hillboy. There's the Featherstorm, and Crispy bot laner kicks another one, but they lost their support in the meanwhile. Whopper No Mayo gets the heal from Fargo. There's the shutdown going over. They shut down the Zaya. Now liposuction lane left for dead by the rest of his team. Here comes Ro. He taunts in forward. Ro throws out the ball, and Fargo will go down, but he trades his life for liposuction lane. Ro now getting chased down by the Shyvana, will get auto to the scout of the weak. Stun will secure the kill. Shimmy running in, but now he's running right back out. Flashes for it. Whopper No Mayo gets cut down by the shield, and now it's the battle of the junglers. He knocks him away with the keeper's verdict and runs himself back to safety.
And all the while, Wally reconnects. What a hype fight, dude. So it looked like Chimmy was completely cut out right there, but his team reacted so fast. And in the 4v5, CrimsonKC knows they're never going to be able to win it if everybody commits. So they drag the fight out and split them up as much as possible. And I believe overall they ended that in a 3-for-3. So a completely even trade round. Sorry, a 4-for-3. So not only an even trade round, but a win for them because everybody died except for Chimmy. And Wally reconnected there, and it looks like he's in the game and farming. We got one, baby. Here we go.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you don't give up any more kills with your disadvantage to this very fed Xayah. Here comes KK Hillboy. They're just going to bully Wally away from his tower. He's got to leave or else he's going to die. There's the hook shot, goes in. KK Hillboy gets the stand united, but it's not going to be needed. Wally is gay goes down.
Yeah, he needs to make sure to play safe and just farm up wherever he can, because right now he is still level 3. He does have comeback experience coming his way. Hopefully that'll be able to make the difference. Looking at the jungle right now, this Shyvana has 101 farm.
Yeah, CrimsonKC, they just need to find the place. Whopper no Mayo gets the Scout of the Week stun. He's going to be able to run away, but there's the Shockwave, gets the damage, and Whopper no Mayo throws out the Unleashed Power, but blocked by the stopwatch. Well played by Ro.
Yeah, really good stopwatch right there to make sure that he survived, and it looks like, yeah, because neither one of them had barrier. I thought he just didn't use it for a second, but I see the cooldown on it.
CrimsonKC, they need to just find some place that Wally can farm himself up and get himself back to relevance in this game. Team KC, they're trying to avoid letting that happen.
Yeah, if Wally gets farmed, then this could be a legitimate game, but
yeah, but here's
keep him down.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not letting him farm at all.
Yeah, here we go. Taunt onto him. Wally is going to try and hookshot his way out of there, but I think he already missed the wall with it. Another tower goes down in favor of Team KC. They really just need to stem the bleeding at this point. They have a chance now that Wally has finally reconnected.
Twitch chat asking why they couldn't restart the game. Because teams only having a lot of the amount of pause time, that's just the time that they have to go with. They have to do it within that amount of time. Plus, the game was already extremely late when it was supposed to start, so kind of unfortunate, but it's just how the rule set's created.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're playing these types of games, honestly, what it is you just sort of have to take responsibility for your own internet connection. Is really what it is. Oh, here we go. Team KC, they look like they might be trying to converge on the mid lane after taking the Rift Herald. Scout of the Week stun lands onto Ro, but there's a lot of Team KC members. Here we go. That's a two-man Shockwave. There's a stun, and the Dark Passage doesn't matter when you've got Chimmy standing on you.
Wow, what a good Shockwave by Ro. Way to pull in one priority target and one target that you're perfectly fine with killing off too. Making sure to get rid of that Syndra, who is your big damage dealer right now because she does have 4 of your kills. And now they just should be able to take this tower for free. With the Herald too, they can maybe go for double towers, which would be nice. And they're just trying to keep pushing this game forward before Wally can get back into it.
Yeah, Twitch chat is saying that you're a little bit on the quiet side there.
Very hard to make out the non-Alex. All right, you can talk for a second, Alex, and I will work on
All right.
that.
On his way out, Team KC rotating themselves to the bottom side of the map. They just got that middle secondary tower with the help of that Rift Herald. All right, Dragon is the call on the side of Team KC. I think CrimsonKC probably just sort of wants to let this one go. They still have a very behind top laner, and it unfortunately will be the Infernal Dragon going over to Team KC. Shockwave pulls in Whopper no Mayo, and he gets stunned into the wall. Keeper's Verdict knocks away Zintheros. No helping him there. All right, Team KC expend their their teleport into the top lane. Liposuction will be able to pick up that big wave crashing into the tower. It's now 80 CS in the lead that he has. Their one saving grace that they do have is the significant farm and EXP advantage that the Spirit Bear has over Chimmy. Just most of that due to the discrepancy between the farming speed of their champions. The Spirit Bear is going to have to make use of his lead over Chimmy in order to make this game winnable for CrimsonKC.
All right, so here's what I did. I turned down you a little bit, Alex, and I turned myself up just a tiny bit. So hopefully, if they just turn up the stream, hopefully we'll be even now. I got game volume a little bit. So
that's fair. I get a little loud when I get into it.
Well, I had you at 110%, so I might not make it even. But a good dragon. Now they have 2 dragons. One of them being an Infernal. They're just trying to stack up these dragons while nobody can contest them. And because they have such a gold lead right now at the 7K mark, almost 8K now, they just want to keep pressuring, and this game's in their hands, Team KC's hands, and there's no reason for them to slow down at any point.
Yeah, CrimsonKC with such a huge disadvantage at the beginning of the game just due to Wally not being able to connect. I think this is the point where you kind of just sort of stall it out, but not really pay attention to the game. Mostly just focus on getting your mindset ready for game number 2. That's a good stun, though, from Whopper no Mayo. Don't want to commit too hard. They still got... It's still a 4v5 in the top side of the map. Wally is getting a lot of alone time to farm himself back up to relevance, however.
Yeah, he's slowly getting there. Once he gets about an item and some levels, he'll be okay. Ooh,
taunt flash misses from liposuction, gets flayed back out, but they gotta be careful. Here's Roe with the ball ready and waiting. The Spirit Bear has to back out the other side. The death sentence will land, but no follow through.
Yeah, I think it's really good that they didn't try and commit after that to the fight on the side of CrimsonKC. They knew something big was down, but they still made sure to stay calm. They know they just need to wait for Wally. That's a big hook.
Oh, that's a good hook! They play back in onto Roe. He flashes out of there, but the rest of his team had abandoned him. That's a summoner going down, and a tower in favor of CrimsonKC. A Shockwave is going to pull in too, but most importantly, not Fargo. They both flash out. Dragon's Ascent over the side, but it doesn't find anybody. They're stalling so much time, and Team KC has not gotten anything for the past 4 minutes.
Yeah, again, slowly letting Wally come in, but
there we go. Comes in. Death Sentence just right down the middle. The Spirit Bear needs to get out of there. Scatter the Weak stuns up 2 members. And look at that, Team KC, they got nothing during that time. They got a lot of time for Wally to farm himself back up, and they even got a tower out of the deal.
Yeah, I am actually mind blown right now that they were able to not do anything there.
That was really close to Wally getting found there.
Yeah, really close, actually. Now that Team KC wasn't able to get anything there, this is really going to slow down their tempo, and it's just buying time for CrimsonKC to let their disconnected member slowly farm back in. He does almost have his first item. It looks like... Actually, I don't know what he's like building half... Oh,
yeah, it looks like... He's probably trying to build some tankiness. I don't remember if... Does the Sterax gauge build out of the... Does the Sterax gauge build out of a longsword with the...
No,
it does. Okay.
No, it does not. It builds out of Jarums.
This is actually a Diamond Cap game.
This is a Diamond Cap game. Sorry, get wrecked. Okay.
I don't know who said that it was gold, but it's not gold. This is a Diamond Cap game.
Unlucky. But the gold game is on Twitch.tv/KC.
Yeah, the gold game is on the LKC channel.
Right. As we see these teams slowly trying to maybe force their way around Baron. Dragon's not up for another minute 17. And looking over at Dragon, it is a Windrake that is next up. So not too big of a priority, I don't think, on that. And Baron is huge.
Oh, there's the flash forward. They stun him up, and there's the Stand United on the shimmy. Scout of the Weak will stun him up, and that will mean Fargo is able to make it out of there with the help of his flash. Team KC, they hard commit onto it, but they are not able to catch the AD carry, but they might have caught the Spirit Bear. He's got Dragon's Ascent, and they will not have the speed to catch him. Yeah, another play stifled.
Okay, so I thought about it more. I think Wally is building Black Cleaver and Titanic Hydra.
Black Cleaver and Titanic Hydra, that would make sense. He could build that out of those items.
Jarums also goes into a Frozen Mallet, but he's not building on...
He doesn't have the Giant's Belt.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's going for.
The Spirit Bear about to face check in, but that's the tank, and he's going to have the Dragon's Ascent to get out in the case of an emergency, but will not need to burn it just yet. Team KC is having a lot of difficulty making their play stick.
Yeah, it seems like they've really slowed down in comparison to how fast they were moving. I don't know if that's just because they're afraid of somebody's coming back. I don't know if that's because their team as a group doesn't lack blacks like a shot color. But something needs to happen where they just push forward this lead. Because like I said, 7K gold lead and they're just doing nothing with it.
Yeah, they are going to get a third dragon for themselves. CrimsonKC still yet to be able to contest that. But it will mean they're giving up vision control over that Baron area. Zinthros will come in to clear it out as we speak.
Yeah. Baron's going to be the next big contention, especially now that Dragon's gone. A little bit of ward removal on the
Oh,
side?
they're just going for it. The control ward dropped, the teleport coming in from liposuction, and there's no vision. CrimsonKC didn't drop a ward while they were clearing out vision. They have no idea this is happening.
3K, 2K now, they have no idea. There's no way Spearbear's
Yeah, they have an inkling now, but it's already gone, Team KC with the Baron call.
Oh, smooth. That was really good. They didn't take a second to hesitate. They just did it, which I was afraid of, but I guess they knew. I think it was very manly of them to do that without fully checking for wards first, because Zithros was just in that area, and he actually didn't drop a ward. He only cleared out the pink that was there, but didn't drop one of his own.
I'm really surprised that they didn't have vision, because you're right, Zintheros walked through that entire area, cleared the control ward, but he didn't. I guess he didn't have a Sightstone charge on him.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna assume his Sightstone was done.
But Wally might be caught here. Here's the hookshot onto Rowe, but he's still a little bit behind, whereas it is. They're not going to commit the shockwave to try and catch him, and it will mean he's able to walk out here.
They're being very...
playing very respectfully, but Wally needs to make sure he can actually get out of there. Hookshot over the side. Team KC, 4-member stacked with the Baron buff, and they've got their Shen split pushing exactly where they need him. Scout of the Week will only do a little bit of damage to those minions because of the Baron buff, and they have to back away. They have to give this tower.
Yeah, they seem very scared to shockwave, even if it is just the wrong person for the pick. I'm not 100% sure why. I guess he really wants it to be like a multi-man shockwave, but right there, that would have been nuts.
That would have been a crazy death sentence if that landed. Scout of the Week stuns up too. There's the hookshot, but interrupted by the steadfast presence. Crispy bot laner uses his Feather Storm to get out. The box was dropped as well. Rowe throwing the ball forward. Scout of the Week is going to land Unleash Power, but the barrier keeps him alive.
Oh, thank God he's got barrier and command protect. He was stepping up really hard there, and Whopper No Man didn't have that many balls down and doesn't have this death cap that looks like he's trying to build finish. So, actually the amount of damage going through his ulti isn't the biggest in the world, but I thought he was gone for sure for a second.
Yeah, those Mercury Shreds that Rowe actually has invested into are also doing quite a bit of work, just reducing the damage that he does. There's no magic penetration on the side of Whopper No Mayo. Oh, who got that? Oh, it looks like the Spirit Bear got it. The Superior Smite.
Nice smites, nice smites. It's actually, Spirit Bear is getting to a really strong point too, because he does have the attack speed item for the jungler's done, and does have Frozen Mallet done. Surprised he's not going Titanic Hydra, but maybe they just want him to be a little more tanky.
I'm actually rather a fan of this build on Shyvana. You don't need to, you would rather be able to just have that extra sticking power and now build into extra tankiness rather than go for a little bit more damage with the Titanic Hydra. As it stands right now, with this Frozen Mallet, you're able to stick on a squishy for long enough that you can solo them out, provided you can survive that long. So I do like this extra tankiness after the Frozen Mallet rather than the Titanic Hydra.
Yeah, they also have no dragons.
Maybe he'll build it on later on.
They also have no dragons, so he doesn't have any like clear resistances, so going tank is probably better.
That's very true.
If he had dragons, maybe he'd go damage because he does have all the resistances from them, but...
that stun from Whopper No Mayo onto Rowe to force him away was really nice, because now it forces them to back away with their mid laner out of commission. They were not able to make super effective use of that Baron buff.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to take a second to look. How much time is left? It's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's completely gone.
So, nice stall from the side of CrimsonKC.
They're slowly getting... Okay, actually, Camille's not going for the Black Cleaver. She's going for Trinity Force, which at the 27-minute mark, 26-minute mark, I'm not sure you still want to do.
Yeah, I mean, the Trinity Force is more effective on Camille than it is on other champions, just because part of it is converted into that true damage by the Precision Protocol.
That's true. I just figure you're so far behind at this point. You might as well... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like so good it's just needed. But.
Yeah, I do think it's better that he finished the Titanic Hydra. Just give him at least that much tankiness as he can get.
Yeah.
But you do need to be a damage threat on Camille to be, you know, helpful or useful to your team.
Right, Death Cap now completed 2 on Whopper No Mayo, and the Luden's Echo down on 2 Rowe.
And he's trying to clear out the wave so that Liposuction lane can't just ignore him, but Liposuction does have the Sunfire Cape, so he will draw the tower aggro, unfortunately for him.
Someone that I didn't notice was this far behind is Fargo right now. He is an item and a half behind Crispy bot laner, who has Infinity Edge, Essence Weaver, and Phantom.
I mean, you remember, he got those very early kills, like 5 kills at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Just due to 2v2 outplays and the ganks from Shimmy. Shyvana, the biggest thing about Shyvana is that you're not expecting that champion to gank. You're expecting that champion to farm itself up and go for those dragons when possible, which has been basically neutralized.
Yeah, speaking of dragon, a 4th one here going over to the side of Team KC. Crimson is looking to rotate up under the Shin, but his Liposuction is going to casually walk out of there. He knows the game. He knows what's going on. Minute 22 on the Baron. That'll be a next big point, but man, they go right back to shoving this bot lane.
Yeah, triple Cloud Dragon on the side of Team KC. They're going to be able to move around the map very quickly.
Yeah,
just look at how fast
Sonic the Hedgehog cosplay.
Yeah, look at how fast Shimmy is when he pops that Steadfast Presence. Gives him the movement speed, the triple Cloud Drake, and the Dead Man's Play, just running himself through the map.
Yeah, I like how quickly Poppy turned into Rammus. That was cool. Only she had a taunt. I guess she has stun. It's like the same thing. It gets the job done. 40 seconds left on the Baron. Look at the spawning in
40 seconds.
I
The
think
Spirit Bear is
right.
Yeah, they're trying to farm up. Spirit Bear is really fun. He has the most CS on his team.
Almost in the game. He's not that far off.
Yeah. Just a little bit behind Ro on Orianna, a very farm-heavy mid laner. He's going to come in and clear out some of this vision, get Dark Passaged out by his support. Wally's still struggling a little bit. He's 2 levels down to Liposuction. So, oh, here we go. There's a ball, comes out, chunks down Whopper no Mayo, but the Shockwave not invested just yet.
Well, Whopper no Mayo's got barrier. He knows he can't do it yet.
Yeah, he's also still got a stopwatch.
I'm interested in what Ro's going to build next, because Negatron Cloak doesn't build into any more AP items.
Oh, that's right. Well, with that Ruby Crystal, it looks like it's Abyssal Mask? Does that build out of that?
Yeah, because you can get Catalyst.
Alright, here it is. The Dark Passage will see the Baron being spotted by Team KC, but all of their members just recalled. They've got the Spirit Bear here, ready to jump in and look for the last second steal.
It's his time to shine.
Yeah, he's gonna drag his Ascent in. He's not stolen. Team KC secures the Baron and they kill off the Jungler.
Yeah.
Surprising of all, Crispy bot laner's the one who actually secured that Baron with an auto attack.
Neither jungler smited. It just went down and damaged.
Yeah. A lot of bursts from Team KC, I guess. Neither jungler got the chance to smite, and Team KC do get the Baron, the second Baron of the game for them. They got 20 seconds to work with without the Spirit Bear live, but they are going to back away, spend some gold, and not pressure these inhib towers just yet.
Yeah, they just want to reset. They want to make sure that they've used all their gold, and they are 12k up, so I'm expecting this to be the point where they just end the game. But we've seen CrimsonKC do a pretty good job stalling them out, so if they can do it one more time, that would be a big boon for their confidence.
Yeah, it is an Abyssal Mask for Ro. That's like we were expecting. He's just trying to survive the Syndra burst because he's gotten so close to going down multiple times. And I mean, I guess that's fair.
I don't really like that.
But you're missing out on a lot of damage from your Shockwave, which means that it's even more likely that CrimsonKC are able to stall this game out to the very, very late game and maybe to the point where Wally can catch up.
Why did they build that item over, like, Zanya's to just Zanya's and Shields?
That's a very good point.
Veil, MR.
You know, all of these are very good questions, and I definitely agree. Those would probably have been more effective. Shockwave catches Fargo. There's the Scout of the Week. Unleash power onto the Abyssal Mask. Orianna's basically does no damage.
I mean, she's tanky. We watched that Unleash power do nothing. But she also did no damage to Caitlyn because she doesn't have an AP item.
Yeah. The tower does finally go down in the bot lane thanks to the split push from Liposuction. Here we go. What are they looking for? The Spirit Bear doesn't feel ready to go in. Wally looking for the hook shot he needs to get in. There's a death sentence onto one, but the Steadfast Presence stops the hook shot in its tracks. Wally trying to run for his life, throws out the W, but here's Liposuction. He gets a two-man taunt. Featherstorm rips through them. Crispy Bot Laner gets a killing spree. It's 3 down in favor of Team KC. There's a Scout of the Week stun, but it's not going to matter. They flash forward. They get the kill.
Wow. What a Steadfast Presence with Chimmy. They had the hook on the Crispy Bot Laner. Wally was prepared to absolutely blow him up with the combo as best he could. And that Steadfast Presence just saved a life. Plus the 2-man taunt from Liposuction lane instantly.
Shockwave, good. Not going to be able to finish him off, but Team KC are going to be taking game 1 in the series versus CrimsonKC.
Yeah, I think that was pretty expected after we saw the DC, unfortunately. Hopefully this game he's able to stay into it. But yeah, that was a really unfortunate DC, and overall, I don't know how to judge this game because of that.
Yeah, it's really hard to judge how this game would have gone had that not happened. But we did see a very significant 2v2 just straight outplay on the side of Crispy Bot Laner and KK Hillboy over Fargo and Zintheros. And, you know, that's something you have to keep in mind going into game number 2. We're going to take a short break as we get into the lobby for the second game. And then we will continue to cast CrimsonKC versus Team KC. Team KC 1 game away from victory. CrimsonKC trying to equalize in this very next game.
Yeah, like you said, we will be right back.
Welcome to Monster Cat Called.
Listen. To understand
All right, looks like we are in Champion Select for game number 2. CrimsonKC now on the blue side up against Team KC on the red side. They have swapped sides. Team KC 1 game up over CrimsonKC, 1 game away from victory in week 1 of LKC. CrimsonKC looking to equalize that. The first ban away is the Malzahar on the side of CrimsonKC. Don't want to let Team KC get that. We will probably see once again the Fiora and the Gangplank bans targeted at Wally. Don't want to let him have those 2 very comfort top laners on for him. He's played those champions significantly more than any other top laners. Another Nidalee banned away from Chimmy.
Yeah, like you said, Fiora and Gangplank is 2 big picks, and I think that Nidalee is Chimmy's big pick, which is why I would assume it's getting banned out.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure how good it is anymore, because I know it was really good last patch when you could use the Frost Queens and the Frost Fang, but again, at Kha'Zix as well. They're just saying we're going to run it back. Yeah,
then they're going to ban away the Shyvana this time from the Spirit Bearer. Didn't really like what he was doing last game, but that will leave Janna open, which is something that they banned away last time around. So Zinthros will get that. Maybe he'll show us why that was banned away in game number 1.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a really good pick because it does allow a lot of disengage. He did show a lot of promise on that Thresh, so maybe he'll do the same thing on Janna. I'm not sure. It's not been like a big pick just because tank supports have been so good, so I'm interested to see just how strong it is.
Yeah, so they say it worked out last time, don't fix what isn't broken. So Xayah and Shen picked up once again on the side of Team KC. And they will go with the Gnar pick, interestingly enough. We didn't see that last time around. We will not be seeing the Camille, I assume, unless they pull out some crazy jungle Gnar thing from well, I'm not paying attention. But it will be Jinx, so they're going all in on this hyper carry on the side of CrimsonKC. All right, so Poppy will be picked up once again for Chimmy. This one makes a little bit more sense. You can block the Gnar from getting in this time. So the Poppy jungle makes a little bit more sense in this game, although it was very effective last game as well. All right, so no Syndra available for Whopper no Mayo this time. They will ban that one away. Will potentially mean that a different mid laner that was banned last game will be taken away. No Rakan. Don't want to let them have the Xayah and the Rakan.
All right, cool. I got it fixed. Whew.
Okay, sounds good. You do sound a lot more clear. Maybe the chat can confirm that you sound a lot better on stream. And Zoe taken away as well. So you do still have the Rise. You do still have the Azir available. Not sure which of them is in Whopper no Mayo's wheelhouse. But now we've got to show either the mid or the support. It will be the Thresh. So KK Hillboy will be taking that one this time around.
Yeah, I like that actually. Saying, Zinthros, you got to play last game, now let me show you how it's done. Paired up with the Xayah too, I think is a really potent lane because you have the hook straight into the feathers that you can easily root somebody with. So I think it's a nice little combo there that you can easily keep somebody locked down for a good period of time.
It is really rough though if that Janna is able to make it to the oh, Nunu. All right, so Nunu was actually pretty significantly buffed this patch. So what it is that well fed, whenever you whenever you consume a monster in the jungle, you get a lot more health. Additionally, you also get on hit damage with your blood boil. I think that's right, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. You give you give them more AP. Nunu gets on hit damage, magic damage, and when he blood boils other people, they get more AP. So you can give actually up to 120 AP. So like if you're playing with like an Azir, for instance, you not only give him attack speed, but you also give him a death cap.
AP. You give him AP. It's a 40% AP buff to at max rank, that is, to himself and to whoever he blood boils. So at 400 AP, you're able to get 120 ability power onto your mid laner So I actually am really a big fan of the new Nunu. I haven't played with it yet, but in theory, it seems really good because it's now a more generically good support jungler, akin to Ivern in his prime. And it will be Zed in the mid lane picked up for Ro on the side of Team KC.
He's taking the skill matchup, I'll give him that. I don't like it because they now have a full AD composition. But he's definitely...
Yeah, they are very, very heavy on the physical damage, you're right.
He's definitely not backing down, I'll give him that. I'm not sure. I don't know how much... Sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I'm not sure how much Miguel actually plays that Zed. It could be hit or miss. I don't know. And then on the side, you're talking about the Nunu being really good. I think it's weird because they had the option to pick Azir with it, and that's like the prime pick to go with Nunu. And they decided for
Nunu Azir, when you Blood Boil him, you get the attack speed and you benefit from the ability power buff. I am surprised that that was an option and they didn't go for it, but maybe it's just that Azir is not in Whopper no Mayo's wheelhouse.
Definitely different. Yeah, that's possible. That would explain why neither team has decided to pick up the premier mid laner here.
High priority mid laners.
Yeah. No Azir, no Rise, nothing. I like that they banned away Zoe though. I really just don't want to see that champion played.
Yeah, Zoe is kind of a disgusting champion in my opinion.
She can stay ways away. They actually banned, I didn't notice they banned Syndra too, which I don't know if Ro is just having a hard time or what, but that's...
Yeah, they banned away the Syndra, which, I mean, I wouldn't think they would need to do that because Ro had the victory in his lane alone against the Syndra as Orianna last game. You remember he was able to solo kill and then Zanya's that unleashed power.
Right.
Really well played. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they're just trying to say, Whopper no Mayo, you got to play something new this game. But definitely not something I think was super disruptive to their strategy.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Actually, I thought they dealt with it pretty well. There were a couple good stuns it had, but I didn't think it was anything like too ridiculous. But I don't know. Maybe the game will go differently now that it's 5v5.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe now. The Spirit Bear though, he's gonna be able to get very tanky. If you've ever tried to kill a Nunu, even when he's not considered a good champ, like a very strong jungler, he's always super annoying to deal with. He's got movement speed buffs, he's got slows, and he can just run himself away while taking very little damage. And you get him so low, and you think, I got him this time, and he just slows you and runs away.
Yeah, that is the worst when he does gross Nunu things to you, where he just kind of plays with you for a while. I remember the odd one quote for the longest time was,
oh yeah,
what was it? When you're playing Nunu, your goal is just to make the enemy jungler as useless as you are.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I don't know if that still applies as much to this new Nunu, but new. I like that.
Yeah, new. You're actually very useful. Actually, in theory, I haven't seen new Nunu in practice, so I'm going to reserve judgment. But I am a very big fan of the concept of the new Nunu. However, with his counter jungling capabilities, he will actually have quite the run of the jungle against Poppy, who is already a very slow clearing jungler.
Yeah, I was surprised by just how much pressure too Chimmy put on the bottom lane last time, so I'm expecting that same type of presence from him this game, and maybe it'll be enough that Poppy will be okay. Because he seemed fine last game.
Yeah, overall, I think that Janna is actually relatively good against Thresh. Janna passively gives everyone movement speed as they're walking towards her. So you can almost always use that as a way to get some extra movement speed to dodge death sentence. Additionally, it's very difficult for Thresh and most AD carries to have enough damage to put through a Janna shield. So it's kind of hard to get kills in lane against the Janna, and then Janna is just going to scale, make your AD carry unkillable, especially the fact that you're going to have Ardent Sensor plus Blood Boil for this Jinx. Very strong hyper carry towards the later stages of the game.
Yeah, I think I just think it's so weird that Blood Boil is going to give Jinx AP. Like, what's it going to do now? I don't know how useful it is to give it to Jinx, or if it's more useful to give it to Talia.
It won't technically give her any AP because it gives percentage AP. So if the Jinx has 0 AP, you're getting 40% of 0, which is also 0.
Right. That's true. Is it 40%? I thought it gave you a flat number.
No, it gives you 40% of your current... of it to both Nunu and his target. It gives 40% AP, and the max that it can give goes up with rank. You can at max rank it gives at most 120 AP, so that maxes out at 400 AP. After which point you're not getting any more AP from Nunu's Blood Boil.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's pretty OP still.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of the concept of the new Nunu.
I know the first time I read it, I thought it gave you 120% of your AP. So I was like,
so
wait a second, what did they just do? And then I read it again, and I was like, oh, I got it. But I was like, dude, they were like, Nunu's gonna go from garbage to god tier really fast. I was like, whoa.
Okay. Here we go. Team KC is going to invade. Zintheros and Fargo do notice it happening, and they will get the ward. Team KC with 1 CS in the lead on row.
I like the emote spam. Show them your dominance.
Yeah, and there you go. The Ancient Coin start on the Thresh just because of that Relic Shield nerf on ranged champions. If you are just joining us, the Relic Shield has been a start for 80 carries for quite a while now. I say quite a while. For the last patch, it's really obnoxious. It gives you a lot of sustain in lane. They nerfed Relic Shield on ranged champions to avoid that, but incidentally, it nerfs Thresh because he likes to build that, and he is a ranged champion technically.
Hey, it seemed like a long time just because of how absolutely awful it was for bot laners.
Anyway, the Spirit Bear is counter jungling immediately, just goes in, steals the red buff away from Chimmy.
I like it. He started red, right? Yeah. I don't think Chimmy knows either. Oh, yeah, they will. I think
they will.
Ro just spotted him out.
Yeah, Ro just spotted him out.
And he's pathing towards the red. Okay, that's good. But I think the Spirit Bear knows this is happening and is going straight for his own red.
Yeah, he's skipping his blue. He's going to go to his red, make sure that Chimmy doesn't get a red buff this game. And it would be way too dangerous for Chimmy to try and contest the blue buff. And Whopper no Mayo gonna throw out some of that threaded volley onto Ro. Good damage from the Talia onto the Zed.
Yeah, the early levels, I think it's a level 30, it's really Talia favored. And then after level 3, once he has Zed as the full combo, and level 6, I think outplaying the Talia is really easy.
Good taunt onto Wally, but Wally goes mega, and he's gonna just turn it back around onto Liposuction. Level 3 on Ro. Alright, so the Spirit Bear, Chimmy knows what's happening, and he's not even going to go for it. So that's 3 buff start for the Spirit Bear. The question is, was it worth it, though? When you spend so much time in transit as a jungler running from buff to buff without taking any intermediate camps, that's a lot of damage from Liposuction. Death Sentence lands. The Flay does not, however, and Zintheros actually turns back a lot of damage on the crispy bot laner.
Yeah, bro.
Whopper no Mayo taking a lot of damage, and here's Chimmy. He flashes away, gets him into the wall with the bear.
Wait, what?
Chimmy will not be able to get the kill. They did not actually land the stun, and now he's in trouble. Whopper no Mayo is going to have another threaded volley here pretty soon. Going to throw it out pretty... will it be enough? No, he doesn't have the angle. Chimmy going to turn it back around. Gets first blood, but he will trade his life for it. Ro gets the blue buff, and the buff transfer is complete.
That was really awkward, because I swear Chimmy's stun hit, and it just barely didn't. Yeah. And then Rose seemed really slow to react to the fact that Whopper no Mayo was chasing, but lots of action in the bot lane.
Oh, there's the Flame Chompers lands, and Fargo gets a solo or duo kill onto Crispy bot lane, and there's the slow, and Hillboy throws out the Dark Passage for the shield. He gets one more auto. It will be the double kill for Fargo, and this bot lane goes the exact opposite direction it went in the last game.
Wow, what a set of Flame Chompers there to land on a Crispy bot laner. And it seems like every single lane this game is winning for CrimsonKC. They are pissed about that loss.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. Zintheros had the Howling Gale ready. He knocks up both Crispy Butler and KK Hillboy, and while he can't move, Fargo drops the Flame Chompers directly underneath him. They root him up for long enough that he's able to get the kill. And 2 kills on the enemy Jinx is actually the opposite of what you want.
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily let the hyper carry dominate the laning phase for sure.
Yeah, the hyper carry that's going to be more empowered by Jinx and Nunu, that is a scary prospect to be staring down on the side of Team KC.
Yeah, so here's my question to you, because you play bot lane, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a support main.
Okay, so perfect. Ardent Sensor Janna, still good?
Oh yeah, definitely still good. Hold on a second. Whopper no Mayo gets ignited. The flash forward. That's the solo kill. No, it isn't. Ro goes down. He gets him with the ignite, but it's a 1-for-1.
Whopper no Mayo's a beast. What a seismic shove right there to bring Ro back in. Oh man, if he had Triumph, that would have been gross.
Yeah. Jimmy is going to be found by the Spirit Bear. Who's going to collapse on that? The Spirit Bear just looks like he's going to be annoying to Jimmy and back himself out of there.
I already forgot. What was Triumph called before it was Triumph? Or it still gets
Dangerous Game.
Yeah, Dangerous Game. I'm so used to everybody having Dangerous Game.
Yeah.
That I was waiting for that health to come back and it didn't. And I was like, wait a second. Oh, but it's Triumph now. He doesn't have it.
Yeah, so I gotta click on Zinthros. Oh, hold on a second. Fargo is coming forward.
Oh
the zap lands. That's a lot of damage, but there's the death sentence. But will it be able to save him? Flays him backwards. Aftershock damage comes out, but it's basically to no effect.
So one of the things we haven't discussed yet this game. Oh wait, actually the Spirit Bear's in a weird spot.
Oh, this is very awkward. He's gonna go down. Rogue picks up the kill, and that's something back in favor of Team KC. Death sentence not quite gonna have the range. A little bit greedy from the Spirit Bear to go for that dragon when he didn't have priority in either of his lanes.
Yeah, he didn't even throw down a pink ward on it to see if there was any wards on it, so he's actually doing it on top of a ward too.
He was actually doing it on top of the oh no, that was his crab.
Yeah, it's his crab, it's his crab.
Uh-oh, Stand United coming out from Shimmy. There's this taunt and it lands, and there's 3 members collapsing onto Whopper no Mayo. Another kill over to Team KC.
Yeah, one of the things we haven't discussed yet this game are that there were some Jinx changes to weaken her laning phase a little bit and make her an even bigger late game threat.
Doesn't look like it's mattering right now. Death Sense lands, Ignite does land, but Zinthros has the stopwatch. The Flame Choppers keep Crispy bot laner in place as Fargo autos him down for the double. Again, 4-0 kills onto the bottom laner of CrimsonKC. But here comes Ro. He's looking for the revenge.
Oh, baby.
He's very low, but he's still got that shield. Fargo coming around. He's not going to go for the dive. And here actually comes the Nunu. He turns it back.
He's got ulti.
There's the shield. Deathmark goes onto Zinthros, but he flashes away. He tries to go back. Zinthros lives, and Fargo picks up a 5th kill.
All right, Miguel Ro. Sorry, I call him Miguel because I know him. Rove took off a little bit too big of a bite to eat there as he went really deep trying to make the play. But I don't think he knew the Spirit Bear was there as well, which really instantly made him choke on that bite to eat that he took. Quickly back to that Jinx thing. She did get some changes where her attack speed during her early game are way weaker, and the late game is way stronger. So the fact that she's winning this lane this handily too makes it even scarier.
Is that what they? I think it's something different. I think it's a little bit different from what you're describing. I think what they did is they changed Get Excited, which is her passive, which gives her movement speed and attack speed when she gets a takedown, a kill or assist, or a tower, right?
Yeah, it doesn't stack anymore, but they changed her Q.
No longer. Oh, they changed her Q too.
Yeah. Here, I'm scrolling down there right now. So her attack speed no longer stacks, but if she goes over to the attack speed limit with Get Excited, she can break the limit. But now her Q.
He's getting ganked here. He's gonna hop himself out of there. Oh, good flash over the side there. Jimmy flashed to try and get the stun against the wall, but Wally was able to flash over the wall just in time.
That was a good flash. That was actually really good. A lot of people fail that.
That's one of the hard flashes to get over.
So her Q, so it hurts her in like the mid game because her attack speed no longer stacks, but her Q, actually her minigun, the attack speed you can gain from it went up at max rank from 70 to 130%. That doesn't matter though, because Whopper no Mayo is taking a beating. He's good. Whew, we're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you actually gain 60% attack speed on your Q when you're maxing it out. And you have an auto reset. I didn't even notice that. When your minigun switches, when you switch back to minigun, you have an auto reset.
Yeah, it does. Whopper no Mayo just took a big chunk of damage from Ro. Oh, here we go. Chimmy comes in, and the successful steal from the Spirit Bear. He's actually the one down in levels compared to Chimmy, however. I think, and I think a lot of that has to do with how aggressively he's counter jungling. One of those things is you gotta measure how much worth it is for you to counter jungle, because if the enemy jungler is still finding things to clear and you're wasting a lot of time running back and forth between the river, you're actually clearing less effectively than the enemy jungler. So it's not always worth to go for the counter jungle. Here we go. Deathmark lands. He's going to get the stand united. Whopper no Maya, will he live? No, he will not. The ignite is enough, and Ro picks up the kill onto Whopper no Maya.
Yeah, that was actually super clean. I'm not sure if they needed the stand united, but Liposuction said, I want a little bit of gold, so I'm going to come on in.
Give me that extra assist.
Yeah.
Right,
like a lot of damage.
Fargo and Zintheros shoving in onto that bottom lane tower. Tower First Blood still on the table. The Spirit Bear and Wally trying to go for this Rift Trail, but they do just now realize the control ward sitting right there. Looks like they're still going to be going for it.
Yeah, they're still doing it. They've got to know, right? And they just cleared it.
Yeah, I think Chimmy has an idea this is happening, but I think they're just sort of conceding that one. We'll let them have it this time around. Rift Herald does go down in favor of CrimsonKC.
Duskblade already completed for Ro here in the mid lane, so that's actually a pretty big item spike. And now he should be able to just blow up anybody he wants. Yeah, the Zed pick into the Janna though is really difficult, because when it comes to team fighting, every time he goes in, she just kind of quickly launches in.
She just knocks him out of there. Oh, teleport coming in from behind. Liposuction is going to get knocked up by the Howling Gale, and that will be the disengage. Nicely done by the bot lane of CrimsonKC, and Team KC left kind of wondering what happened there. The zap even to interrupt Liposuction's recall, just to add insult to injury. The Spirit Bear are going to drop the Rift Herald, but this might have been inadvisable. I think he didn't realize he had that. He was trying to just use his trinket, and he goes down for it. I can only imagine that was what happened. He tried to use his trinket, but he didn't. He forgot that he had the Rift Herald.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he tried to trinket for sure. That was looking rough.
Really unfortunate.
That is
another kill over to this 5-2 Zed now.
Not the most optimal use of Rift Herald I've seen.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Ro goes down, caught by the vision. CrimsonKC get the Tower First Blood in the bottom lane. Super Mega Death Rocket goes out, dodged by the Featherstorm, Flash Exhaust. A few more autos. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. One more. Fargo goes dominating.
That was a good Featherstorm to make sure not to get hit by the ulti, but they're just so far behind that quick Flash Exhaust put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
They're going to get another tower mid, too.
Yeah, Ro just got shut down, and that's really bad because Ro needs to be ahead. This is a hyper carry comp with a Jinx that's already ahead. It's completely up to him to shut down their win condition on the side of CrimsonKC, and Team KC is really struggling this game.
Yeah, Wally and Lipo just kind of trading up top. Looks like a pretty even trade overall, though.
Yeah, but look at the CS discrepancy between Wally and Liposuction.
Yeah, and Wally's team, CrimsonKC, was able to go out there.
Oh, here we go. Deathmark goes down into Fargo. It is Summoner Heal, and the shields will be enough. Ro able to get himself out of there. Deathmark jumping back, but this is a really difficult team to play Zed into.
That one was looking a little rough right there, as he wasn't actually able to get the pick onto Fargo.
Yeah, Jimmy is coming in. There's the Stand United. The Howling Gale knocks him out of the dash, and the Flame Chompers will catch Liposuction in his tracks.
I like that Janna just casually has a no button that she really used effectively right there. Because I was like, oh man, that is such a good flank by Chimmy, and she's like, no, not today. I love it.
Yeah, Janna's really annoying to play against. As really any champion. The Spirit Bear is really having a rough time. He is now 2 levels down to Poppy jungle, which is really very bad situation for the Spirit Bear to be in as Nunu.
Yeah, I mean, I think because he's a supportive jungler, it's not as bad as it could be. I mean, if he's like Kha'Zix or something and he goes 2 levels down, it would be way worse. But at least he can still like Blood Boil and slow and tank. He can still do dumb little Nunu things.
Yeah, definitely the case. The Infernal Dragon is on the table. It looks like CrimsonKC are the ones who have the positional advantage over it. Additionally, they have the Nunu. Oh, and the wall, just to make sure there's no way that Team KC gets in. Another dragon goes over to CrimsonKC.
That's 2 dragons, and it's 2 priority dragons. It's Earth Dragon and the Infernal Dragon, 2 that you really want. Not the Clown Drake or the Ocean Drake. So.
The Clown Drake or the Ocean.
Yeah, it's actually really good that they at least got good dragons this game, and they're sitting at a 6K gold lead at the 15-minute mark.
The opposite of how that last game went.
Yeah, it's exactly the opposite actually.
Yeah. Well, oh, that's a nice hop to dodge the taunt. He hops himself out to safety. Would have been dead for sure if that taunt had landed.
I'm mind blown at the difference that having another player makes.
Yeah.
Really pulling this one back in. God.
Yeah, if things continue as they are right now, we will be seeing a game number 3 as these teams even up the score.
Yeah, this is a hype match going into it too. Just a quick recap: these are 2 legacy teams, Team KC and CrimsonKC, coming kind of back from the dead. They weren't around last season, but they had been around before, and they're definitely ones that we in our league know pretty heavily. So, kind of excited to see them back in. Happy that it's going to a game. It's our El Clasico, you could say.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. El Clasico matchups are always really fun. Yeah, well, we have a pretty hype matchup in week 1 of the OKLCS. As it happens, Sky Zero and Reign of Kings, who are 2 of the favorites going into OKLCS 2018 split. They meet up in week number 1. I'm really excited to cast that game.
Yeah, see, I don't think you're right, because I'm pretty sure my Reign of Kings team plays OU Platinum, and nobody cares about our Diamond team. Oh my god, that damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. There's the Death Sentence onto right who you wanted, but there's a good absolute 0. Ooh. Look at that damage. Fargo is going to unload with some auto attacks. It's not going to be enough. Super Rank doesn't get blocked by Team KC's front line.
That Nunu ulti did so much damage. Oh my god.
Yeah.
KK Hillboy, half his health bar gone off that one. I think he got the full channel too, and the spear there's just waddling on in, baby. Dude, no fear on this Nunu. Nothing but respect is what I have right now.
Yeah, I want to know how he did that much damage. I imagine what had to have happened is not only did he W himself, right, so to get that extra bit of AP, but also he probably, because you know the Nunu passive, it gives you a skill up on your next ability every 4 auto attacks.
Oh yeah.
You can also apply to your ultimate. So he probably had a level 11 ultimate at level 8, which meant that he was doing a surprising bit more damage.
That was so much. That was way more than I thought was about to come out. So that makes more sense. Now that you put it that way. Because I forgot he can give himself AP. Because I was like, wait a second, he doesn't even have an AP item. How did he just do that?
Yeah.
At rank 1, 0 AP item. Nunu burst. That was actually crazy. Wait, that's so busted. I want to see more of this.
Yeah, I know. I really would like to see more Nunu, personally. I think Nunu is an awesome champion to watch, because Nunu's a champion that is not very difficult to play. All you do is snowball the enemy team, but it is really fun to see how he counter jungles and how he makes use of those abilities. And here we go, Stand United onto Row, and they might have gone a little bit too far for this one. Jimmy gets into the backline, absolute 0 being channeled. There comes the damage, and Team KC blows up. Lifeless Suction is the first to fall. There's Crispy Butlaner going down to the Rockets. Hillboy is the next, and there he goes. Double kill. Fargo running in with the get excited. Row gets crit down. Triple kill for the AD carry of CrimsonKC. And now Jimmy getting slowly chased down. He will finally fall, and it's the ace for CrimsonKC.
Yeah, I actually was not able to see who Row actually ulted as Zed, but I do know Fargo was just free hitting in the back that entire time. He didn't get touched until he decided to dive, in which case Towers touched him. But
And the Spirit Bear is making really good use of Absolute Zero. That ability, it is doing a lot of damage, but the best way to use that ability as a massive zoning and peeling tool. You just stand in between the enemy team and your AD carry and channel it, and they cannot get to him.
Chat's telling me he ulted the Gnar, attempting to dodge the Nunu ult damage. That's how threatening that ulti is, dude. Holy macaroni. Yeah. That's not who you want to be Zed-ulting. The Randuin's.
So, at 19 minutes, the inhibitor in the mid lane goes down in favor of CrimsonKC. Team KC, they have a... I don't even think they can win with all of the tools they have just to empower their Jinx, who is currently 9-0, by the way. Liposuction is going to draw Baron aggro with his Sunfire Cape. We'll just get Dark Passage out of there.
I'm so hyped. I'm sorry. I'm like spacing out here. I'm like, dude, what else can Nunu do?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Nunu is a fun champion to watch, honestly.
Trying to figure out what he's building though with Chainmail.
Probably the Knight's Vow.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, just go all in on that support build Nunu, so you can just make your Jinx, who's already very powerful, even more powerful, just to hyper carry this game.
I mean, right now it's Jinx's game to lose, to say the least, or win.
Yeah. Ooh, nice use of the Blast Cone, but they don't care because CrimsonKC melt through this Baron.
Yeah, for a team made up of free agents, they seem to be on the same page pretty heavily here. Their team fighting seems clean. Fargo's definitely playing it out really well, and I haven't seen any too big communication issues from them. Like, they aren't slowing down either. They just keep going. So
I wonder who is the shot caller for CrimsonKC, because even with a team of people who have never played together before, if they all decide, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, and they listen to his calls without any hesitation, you can make a team of free agents look as organized as, you know, an LCS team.
Right.
Which sometimes LCS teams might look a little bit shaky. You're right, but you know what I mean.
Dude, I too love to watch the Golden Guardian games. The throwback 70 minutes, 80 minute, whatever complexity curse game.
Wow, I remember watching that game live, and I was. It was
nuts.
Like, holy cow!
People are like, "Oh my god, it's happening."
Oh, here we go. Ro is gonna jump onto Whopper no Mayo. He gets the stand united, but that there it is. Absolute Zero.
I'm loving it, dude. This Absolute Zero does so much damage.
All right, Wally's getting into the back line. That's a two-man Nart into the wallop, and there's goes 2 more kills for CrimsonKC. The wall comes across, and Jimmy is dead to rights. Goes in for a last-ditch effort, but CrimsonKC will be the ones to take game number 2. It means they even up the score, and will look for more hope in their game number 3.
Yeah, game number 3, easy, says Team CrimsonKC. Bringing it back to their friends on Team KC, making sure that DC doesn't actually throw them down for a 0-1 start. So actually pretty hyped that we do go to the full game 3. I'm a little worried because neither of these teams looked necessarily the cleanest in the world, but definitely because you can see looked way better that game than they have in game 1. I thought even that game they looked better than Team KC in game 1. Personally. So I think I want to touch on real quickly something weird I see in these builds now is Talia built a Rylai's Crystal Scepter.
Yeah. Rylai's Crystal Scepter used to be very big on Talia, because of how effectively you can proc it. But ever since they nerfed the Rylai's Crystal Scepter, so it's a lot more oriented towards building the HP rather than the AP, you feel like you miss out on a lot of damage when you don't have the Liandry's Torment, which is generally the item you build in its place nowadays.
Yeah, since that Rylai's nerf, you actually barely ever see it built on anybody other than like Aurelian Soul and like the occasional Karthus. So
yeah, that definitely the case there. You're right.
It's really odd. Anyway, but 22 minutes. Sorry, go ahead.
Whoa, that was a 22-minute. Wow.
Yeah.
I was not.
I didn't notice that till I saw that. That's why I was like, oh, wait a second.
Anyway, we will be taking a short break before we get into the final game of this series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Look at the sky, the sun won't ask for what if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, 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 the world if it can.
Okay, it looks like we are in Champion Select for game number 3 between CrimsonKC and Team KC. Let's see. It is Team KC on the blue side back again, CrimsonKC on the red side. I think. Am I looking at that right?
Oh yeah, you're looking at it perfectly.
Yeah. Team KC on the blue side, CrimsonKC on the red side. Fiora and Janna banned away. Will they let the gangplank through for Wally is gay? It is a champion that they had been banning against him the last 2 games. And definitely, again, one of the big comfort picks for him, for that player. Do they think there are more important things to ban? Nunu.
Apparently so.
The Nunu respect ban away from the Spirit Bear. I bet he feels really good about that one.
Yeah, they didn't want any part of that game anymore. I'm excited to see more Nunu coming in now. Now I know it was that good, dude. Kha'Zix banned out 2 same bans towards Ro and Shimmy right there. And GP bans. Available. Will liposuction lane first pick it?
It's a possibility. He might just default back onto the Shen, which he's been playing the last 2 games. I would like to see something different out of that player. They will first pick the Xayah. Crispy bot laner will have played that all 3 games tonight. And there it is, the gangplank. We'll see why it was banned against him 2 games in a row.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see that. It's been a really big pick in just the competitive scene in general as a first pick. I know Impact is first picking it, and several LCK teams have been. So if Wally's really good at the champion, just the amount of damage it can bring out, I think will be insane.
Yeah, and Kleptomancy nerfs. Ultimate.
Kleptomancy nerfs may have hurt him a little bit. I'm not sure.
That's true.
We'll have to see.
Yeah. So the big reason you take Kleptomancy is that you get a lot of procs from it, and you just sell the items that you get in order to accelerate your build. But they recently changed it so that it procs significantly less frequently in the first 15 minutes, and then even less frequent, or not even, but like slightly reduced in frequency after that point, but more so for ranged champions than melee champions, which of course Gangplank is a melee champion, so it affects him a little bit less. They will stray away from the Poppy and Shen, instead going for the Gragas Cho'Gath combo in the top end jungle. And then Morgana and Caitlyn picked up, presumably for that bottom lane. I would assume it's Caitlyn and Morgana support. Could be Morgana mid, who knows? We'll have to see. These teams have been swapping it up around on me a little bit. Rakan banned away again, not want to let that Xayah Rakan combo go through.
Yeah, Rakan actually hasn't been picked yet this series, so I'm surprised they actually banned it away, since they seem to be okay picking a different support with it. Yeah,
I'm assuming this is just to pinch Hillboy's champion pool, although the Thresh is still open, so you know he could just go back to that. Both of these supports have played Thresh already this series.
Yep, and then LeBlanc actually will be up this time for Ro if he wants it, as the Ahri ban goes through.
Oh, that's true. That had been banned against him previously. Talia taken away from Whopper no Mayo. And now we'll have to see either a mid or a jungle pick for the side of CrimsonKC this game. Yeah, I'm sorry, Team K. Wait, no, I'm confusing
Team
myself.
KC's on blue side, Crimson's on red.
Right. So Mundo picked up for the jungle. The Spirit Bear going to go onto another hyper tank, not named Nunu this time. Rather, it's the Dr. Mundo. And that could be potentially very threatening when you have the Black Shield. You can kind of just like be tanky and walk through the enemy team. No one can stop you because you're immune to CC with the Black Shield on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of the Mundo. Just because I haven't seen it that much yet, and you get really low in the jungle, so if Chimmy ever walks into your jungle, you kind of get rocked. But it does provide them a big tank since they don't have one right now, and the Azir getting locked in for Ro.
Finally we get to see an Azir, but he is picking that blind against Whopper no Mayo, and the Zoe was left open.
Going all the way down to the last pick, I wonder if he's going to take the matchup. I don't know this matchup. Luis, I know you're in the chat. My boy Luis is a Zoe one trick, right? Oh, he was ranked number 2 Zoe in the world, according to LulzSkill.net last split. last season.
And Zoe is picked up.
So tell me, Luis, how does this matchup go? And then I can talk about it later. But I'm pretty hyped for it.
Yeah, I imagine that it's gonna be kind of scary for Ro. If he's very quick about how often he can get those shifting sands off, it shouldn't be a problem, especially since Dr. Mundo is not a champion with any hard CC. So the best you could hope there is that Whopper Namaya throws out the bubble, gets the sleep, but then he can just dash out of there and Mundo won't be able to catch him. However, if that bubble lands, Zoe could put down a lot of damage onto the Azir. I mean, that's true of any champion, though, really.
Yeah, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble is really good on these roams, too, so I'm hoping to see Whopper and Mayo make a big map impact. I'm being told that if Miguel knows the matchup and is better at Azir, he's going to crush it. So Azir should, in theory, win the matchup, is what I'm being told by our resident Zoe player.
Yeah, Azir is pretty overwhelming in the laning phase. He just pushes very quickly and very effectively, zones you really, really hard in the early lane phase. I don't know. This is kind of a hard one to call just based on team compositions.
I'm really hyped for Wally. Okay, let's just run it down. Hyped for Wally Gangplank. Cho'Gath. Just a big tank, whatever. Gragas, and again into Dr. Mundo. The Mundo's scary just because I don't know what all he can do. I don't know its clear times. I don't know its gank potential. I don't know anything about that champion in the jungle. I know Gragas is decent. He's not like S tier, which reminds me, I'm really surprised we haven't seen anything like Sejuani or Jarvan picked up here.
Yeah, that is
pretty. Because Sedge and Jarvan are like super easy champions to play, and they are monstrous right now.
Yeah.
So I'm really surprised we haven't seen that at all.
I'm also surprised to not see any Warwick, really. I think Warwick is also a particularly good jungler right now.
Yeah, it provides a lot of pick potential, but it seems like he falls off really hard once you get past that 30-minute mark.
Yeah. I am very excited to watch this mid lane, though. Zoe versus Azir. This should be a very explosive lane, to say nothing else.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it seems like something where somebody's going to win it hard or they're going to get crushed hard.
And Crispy bot laner, he's playing Xayah for the 3rd time tonight. You know, if it works for you, go for it. I would just have personally liked to see more out of his champion pool. I think that this player is one that probably has more in his champion pool than just Xayah, so I would like to see it. On the other hand, though, Zintheros has picked up Morgana. It's his a nice support. I like Morgana a lot. I think Morgana is a really fun and a very effective support champion right now. You just have so much pick potential, and the Black Shield can be used so effectively.
What have you been taking as your keystone on Morgana?
At some point, I switched from Arcane Comet to the Summon Aerie. I think Comet is when you really just want to abuse your lane, but Summon Aerie is overall just more consistent, and it gives you a way to add an actual shield to your AD carry rather.
Mm-hmm. I just wondered because I always saw Summon Aerie, or I saw a couple people do Glacial Augment, and I never saw Glacial Augment have an impact, so I didn't know you.
Huh. That's interesting.
I think it wouldn't work now because you can't build Frost Queen's Claim. You don't have the ghosts.
Yeah,
but
the Glacial Augment did just get changed recently. I wonder if it's worth it just to take it and just auto people to slow them so you can hit the Dark Binding more easily.
That's what I saw, was they would just walk up, auto, and then Dark Bind.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I guess it's not like the worst thing in the world. I would think Area would still be better because it like gives you a little bit more shielding and gives you just a little more damage on autos and things. But I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, Summon Aerie is just like, you get it, so the cooldown on Summon Aerie is just so low. You get to abuse your lane opponent just by dropping the soil on them. It's even worse than when Spell Thieves first came out, or Spell Thieves and Thunderlords, where you just insta-proc it. It's pretty bad, like, to play against Morgana. It feels really bad.
What did he take? He took Comet, so he's one to dominate the lane.
Yeah, Comet will do more damage if you're able to land it. than the summon area.
And Fargo and Caitlyn took press the attack this time.
Okay. So they're looking to do more damage as the game goes on rather than the what is it called? The fleet footwork that gives you the lane sustain.
Yeah, I still think Spellbook is the best one on her, but I think press the attack is definitely worse than fleet.
Huh. I really don't know how I feel about 80 carry keystones as it is right now. Fleet footwork, you mostly took it because of its synergy with the relic shield and the overheal. You just sustain your way through the lane. With the press the attack, you're gonna have a little bit less sustain in lane, but you will be doing a lot of damage as the game goes on because of that extra true damage.
Something they're talking about in chat is, what about Spellbook Morgana? So that your flash is on more of a cooldown? So you can just flash...
that actually is something that is very interesting. I never really... I've not really tried that personally.
That's probably pretty good. Comment on to Zoe. I know Ares more taken on Zoe than Comet is. I think that's interesting as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then Grasp was on Amundo. Do you normally take... I mean, I guess I don't know what else he would take, but he can't proc that on camps.
No, you can't, which is weird. The other option you could have taken in the resolve tree, at least, is like Guardian or Aftershock, but you don't have a way to proc Aftershock as Mundo. And then Guardian is also only really effective as a keystone while you're helping your team, which it will become very effective as the game goes on if you had Guardian. But I don't know. I guess Guardian would have been my choice.
So some Sejuani players, players were taking Fleet Footwork, and then they would take the Resolve tree. Yeah, they'd take Resolve as a secondary. I would think that'd be really good as Mundo, but we can talk about that later as they invade.
5-man stack. They're gonna walk right into him. There's the body slam onto 2 members. They flash out of there. Here's the bubble. Fargo has to burn the summoner heal to get himself out of there. Nobody will die. A summoner burned on the side of CrimsonKC. The flash on Zintheros' Morgana, and the heal from Fargo.
That was high fee. I was hoping somebody was gonna die and they would just all out. Whoever aces the other one wins, but they just backed off. They just burned a couple subs. There's no hard CC really on the side except for the knockup.
The only one you got, the only really effective invade tool you got is the Dark Binding on Zintheros' Morgana.
Yeah, Team KC, if they'd had a little more hard CC at level 1, they probably could have just swept that. But because they only had the knockup on Cho'Gath and it really only hit one person, they weren't able to do that much, and they could just heal and walk away.
Yeah, Chimmy's going very low, taking his blue buff. Did not get the best of leashes, and he's going to struggle because, look, the Spirit Bear has already finished his buff and his wolves.
Wow, that is fast.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm overestimating. Where did he get all that CS if he hasn't?
He did the small ones. He had 4, and then from the big camp, 4 from his buff, and then 2 from the 2 small wolves.
The buff is only one camp. Right?
But it's 4 now. They changed jungle camps. So when you look on the minimap or the scoreboard,
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that way it looks normal, kind of.
Yeah, that is really strange. No. Oh, I guess that makes sense. It makes it so that you can't tell which camps a person is taken by counting their CS.
Well, you still kind of can, because they're all worth different things.
Taken, but you can't tell which ones they've taken.
Right, but it was more to make it look like they were closer in CS to everybody else. Because when it looks like they're really behind in CS, but they have a bunch of gold because it's all camps. This way, it looks like they're still even in gold.
And the mid lane matchup is kind of going how we expect it to. Ro on Azir shoving really hard onto Whopper no Maya. Whopper having to burn through his potions.
Ooh, triple barrel, baby. I'm so hyped for this GP.
Hey, Fargo has been left alone by his support as Chimmy is about to gank.
That's a scary one. He's gonna walk right up to the bush.
Oh, he puts the ward right in Chimmy's face. Oh, that's really unfortunate. And Chimmy actually did not have vision of Fargo. Zintheros coming in for a gank on the mid laner, but that minion wave will block up any chance of a Dark Binding landing.
I'm surprised Chimmy didn't try and engage on that the moment he saw Caitlyn right there, because he could have easily flashed body slam and tried to start something up.
Yeah, no, so what I was saying before that mid lane thing happened is that Chimmy actually did not have vision of Fargo from where they were positioned.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good trouble bubble. He's going to dash out of there. Oh, not having the range, and here's Chimmy, body slams forward. There's just a little bit of damage to come out onto Whopper No Mayo. Not gonna commit his flash onto the body slam.
Alright, RNGesus has blessed Zoe. She has the teleport and she's low. She can buy some stuff and TP right back in.
And I think that's also something that makes Zoe feel just more frustrating to play against, that she can just sort of randomly get teleport and be able to come back to lane.
Hey, at least they took away like Gunblade and stuff. You can't like casually have Hextech Gunblade do 300 damage to you at like level 3.
Yeah.
That was the worst. Looks like he's purchased a Amp Tome and then a couple pots here.
Yeah.
Down a lot of CS though. Top lane, GP already has Sheen. Whew, that's a rough one.
Yeah. The early Sheen buy, as well as a null magic mantle, trying to reduce some of the damage that liposuction is doing to him. He's got a CS lead right now as Gangplank, so things are looking pretty good for CrimsonKC as it is right now. And Crispy bot laner is having a little bit of a rough time keeping up with the constant push from Fargo and Zintheros.
I'm just kind of quickly taking a glance at jungle CS.
Yeah.
And he's already got 10. The Spirit Bear already has 10 CS over Chimmy.
Oh, here we go. Ro gonna get slowed up, but the Spirit Bear is very low. Flash forward. Summoner heal comes out from Whopper No Mayo. Actually, it was a W heal, actually. I lied. Oh, there's the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. There's gonna be a lot of damage on the Ro. Not enough to force any summoners out of him, but it will give him a nice chunk of damage. Chimmy's gonna be here to help Ro shove in. Whoa! First blood from Whopper No Mayo just sneaks the Q over the side. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble's gonna land the cleaver, and the second Q lands.
Casual Zoe things.
Yeah. So here's the thing about what just happened. Whopper No Mayo outside of vision was able to give the get the Q more damage as it followed through the straight line straight onto Ro. Just burst him down from that much health. The one thing is the Spirit Bear also messed up a little bit there. So Whopper No Mayo, he got the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. The thing about sleep is that when you are slept, the next instance of damage will wake you up, but it will also do increased damage. So he should actually not have thrown the cleaver because it does less damage than the Zoe Q. So you actually miss out on damage by consuming that sleep debuff with your cleaver.
I thought that the sleep amount of damage was a flat number, not like it's an amp to your actual
ability?
Yeah,
it's an amp. It's an amp.
It's a percent?
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it works.
That's even dumber. That makes me hate that champion even more.
It is really annoying. You're right.
I always thought it was a percent. I thought it was just a flat number. That's gross.
Yeah, no, it's based on it's based on how much damage the next instance of damage deals. So yeah, that's why she does so much damage when you hit the Sleepy Trouble Bubble and then hit a Q onto him.
Oh, that's awful. That's what feels bad.
In any case.
Gonna give this blue buff level to Ro, and the Spirit Bear already level 6 on this Mundo.
Yeah, that sneaky kill does help Whopper No Mayo a little bit, but he is still down a significant amount of CS. The bubble will not quite land. And you got Chimmy. Oh, nice flash away from him just to avoid getting knocked in by the Emperor's Divide. Gonna throw out the Q.
Not too much now happening. I do see the Zoe's behind a good amount of CS this game, which is surprising considering just how much they were up last game. But Fargo, just quickly looking at his bot lane, is dominating with the 20 CS.
Bubble lands this time. Is he going to have the range? Oh, yes he will, and that's a decent chunk of damage onto Ro.
That is the QQR combo.
Yeah.
You just get insane amounts of...
Ooh, good Dark Binding. Not going to have any follow-up. Zintheros just going to take the time to fight the wards, and Fargo taking a lot of damage from Crispy bot laner, however. Needs to be respectful when your support is on the other side of that wall, clearing out the wards. The Spirit Bear trying to solo out a Mountain Dragon as it is right now.
Yeah, Fargo played extremely well when he was on that Jinx, so I'm really surprised he decided to go back to this Caitlyn. Maybe it's just a huge preference for him, I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, just overall safer, I would guess. Also, the fact that they don't have really a hyper carry comp, no Nunu, no Janna. It's just a little bit safer to go for that Caitlyn pick.
He is 30 CS, a little under actually, ahead of Crispy Bodlaner, so... He is using the Caitlyn pick exactly how he should by applying pressure within the lane, but... I'm worried about their mid-game damage. I guess they do have the Zoe and the Gangplank to really bring it back, but...
Yeah, the Gangplank is going to do a lot of damage once he finishes off that Trinity Force and a couple of other items.
Blue buff going over to Whopper no Mayo. As he has the Lost Chapter. Is he building Sheen? With that Ruby Crystal?
The Sapphire Crystal?
Or Sapphire Crystal, sorry.
Maybe. I can't think of what else it would be since you already have the Lost Chapter. Huh. I guess so. I do know Zoe does get an auto attack.
Yeah.
With her passive, but I honestly have not seen a lot of Zoe's build Lichbane.
Neither have I. I saw it right when the champion came out, but most people started straying away from it, just building her as more of a...
Just building straight AP, yeah.
More penetration in the AP, yeah. So that her Q just does more damage instead of trying to, like, do a combo.
Yeah, and it is the Sheen, like you called it. So just trying to get a little bit of extra damage with those autos after he shifts in with the ultimate.
Definitely interesting choice as Wally's farmered up here. Not too much he can really do into the Shogat, as it is just a tank blob hanging out with him.
The Spirit Bear finds Ro. He's gonna shifting sands away. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble does not quite land. He's able to get out of there, and the Spirit Bear needs to be a little bit careful. Team KC could collapse on him pretty nicely. He's gonna walk back up towards the lane that is shoving in his favor. Wally able to put some pressure onto liposuction.
Yeah, I got really worried there for one moment because I thought the Spirit Bear was going to chase a little farther, in which case Ro would have been able to just Shurima shuffle him back into the tower. That would have been a really awkward spot for the Spirit Bear, but thankfully he did stop. And he hasn't had too much pressure on this Mundo, but he is just out-farming Chimmy and trying to become a bigger tank than anybody else in the game.
Yeah. And I honestly, Mundo will outscale the Gragas because of how much percent damage. And just standing there is the best way to dodge the Dark Binding.
When they casually hit the S key.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Oh, there's a Trouble Bubble. He's going to Shifting Sands out of there. And he's going to get the damage. And look at that burst. And look, he's actually evened up in CS compared to Ro. He was behind a little bit before. The Trouble Bubble going to be blocked by that minion. He shifts in, but with the worst time. Here's Jimmy, and Whopper will be going down. Barrier comes out, and Ro has to summon her heal to keep himself alive. Chimmy was trying so hard to get that kill over to Ro, but it got too dangerous. He had to take it for himself. Even had to burn the summoner heal for Ro.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate Zoe ultimate where she just kind of dashes forward. He was really hoping to get that snipe, but just didn't know Garagos was right around the corner. The moment he comes back, you know, he says hello with a nice little body slam. And
yeah, body slams right to where she's going to pop back to. They might look for, looks like they're looking for a dive onto Killboy. Or Hillboy, rather, but the teleport coming in, and Chimmy's here! Gangplank ultimate going down, Hillboy taking a lot of damage, Soul Shackles, not gonna be enough with the flash away, Fargo runs out of there, the exhaust goes down, they flashed away from the liposuction lane, Righteous Glory not gonna get the slow, Dark Binding lands after the trap. It will be the successful disengage by the bot lane of CrimsonKC, a lot invested by Team KC, the flash from Chimmy, and the teleport, and the flash from liposuction lane. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble goes wide, and Ro is able to just bully him with the Sand Soldiers. Whopper gonna get knocked away by the Emperor's Divide. He flashes out, and will he have the damage? One more thing, Arcane Comet picks up the kill.
Comet OP, dude. He was not in range for one more hit, but thankfully that thing did pop out. Go back to that bot lane gank. That is twice in this series that they've invested so much into this bot lane in attempts to teleport and to gank down there with Chimmy, and they have not gotten anything. Fargo and Zernthos just casually telling him no.
Chimmy is going to be trying again. He's actually spotted out right now. The top lane tower did go down for first tower in favor of Team CrimsonKC, rather. All over to Wally, and now they're sending a lot of members towards this bottom side. They flash away from Ro. CrimsonKC now asserting their dominance, just getting vision around this dragon as it's about to spawn in the next 50 seconds.
Yeah, as we can see right now, I'm just going to go over to it. It is an Infernal Drake, so two, again, really big Drakes with the Earth Drake and the Infernal. That should be something that Team KC is going to want to contest. But it looks like another tower actually might fall here in the mid lane as Wally has rotated over way faster than Liposuction. And
right, another tower going to... Actually, all 3 outer towers falling down. There's the silence onto Whopper no Mayo, but Wally is there to cover his escape. So 3 towers in favor of CrimsonKC right off the bat. Unanswered by Team KC. This game is just slowly going in favor of CrimsonKC. They have a 4K gold lead at 15 minutes. Infernal Dragon spawning. Team KC, they want to go for it. They don't know just how safe they are going for it because CrimsonKC, they had all recalled, but starting it at this point is cutting it a little close. Here comes the Spirit Bear. The teleport coming in from Wally. There we go. There's the ultimate pop. There's the cannon barrage, the explosive cast, and there's the steal. The Spirit Bear gets the dragon, and he's still alive. The Gangplank is just wreaking havoc. Double kill in Liposuction goes with a feast, but it's not going to be enough. Whopper no Mayo is able to make it out. It's the clean ace for CrimsonKC plus the Infernal Dragon.
Was that clean as can be? That's a 5-0. They've got all the outers down. They're going to take an inner here with this push. They have the dragon. Wally hitting so many big combos, doing so much damage there. And everybody getting away with just a sliver of, or sorry, Whopper no Mayo getting away with just a sliver of health. It looked like the communication on the side of Team KC was just not there during that team fight. Nobody was calling targets, and they just weren't able to burst anybody down.
Yeah, that was really quite unfortunate, I have to say, because the explosive cast knocked the Spirit Bear probably the opposite direction he intended to knock him.
Right.
Straight into the pit. And they couldn't focus him down. I think even when they tried to focus him down, they just did not have the damage to kill him. The Dark Binding lands. The Rift Herald even going down in favor of CrimsonKC. Liposuction actually almost went down. Wally is doing a lot of damage now with the Trinity Force and that one lethality item, the Serrated Dirt.
Yeah, look at do some builds here real quickly. It looks like Ro is building Lichbane and Merlinomicon, which is not.
He had not
Lichbane, Nashers too.
The Nashers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. He went for the Stinger just for the CDR, and then he's picking up the makings of a Merlinomicon. I guess that the Fiendish Codex could be going towards either the Merlinomicon or the Nashers. I don't know which one he will be going for. He could just be going for the Stinger for attack speed, or just the Lost Chapter for the mana. And that Fiendish Codex could be going feasibly to either of them.
Yeah, that is super awkward, and it looks like Wally is going to go for more of a lethality build. Now, I'm not actually sure if you normally go lethality or crit on GP right now. I do know you just go for the Trinity Force right away.
I think the lethality build is just generally more consistent and more favorable for most Gangplanks. Although I do know that the crit build will scale significantly well.
And he is 2-0 and 3, so I think being in lethality is okay. 10 CS a minute. This guy is playing like a monster.
Oh wow, you're right. And look at that. Fargo is just coming in to steal away the Raptor from Chimmy right in his face. That's a feels bad moment as a jungler.
Yeah, Team CrimsonKC looking to put up a little bit of vision over on the side and trying to continue to shove these waves and put forth pressure as they have to respond 2 people over to Wally, which means that it will be a 4v3 in this bot side.
Attracting a lot of attention means the Rift Herald dropped in the bottom lane, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and the Dark Binding. Again, he eats the damage amp with the Cleaver, which is not what you want to do. There's the Rift Herald knocking itself into the tower. Ro is trying to do what he can, but he doesn't have the damage. And there we go. Wally actually popping the Cannon Barrage, trying to 1v2. Well, does he have the damage? The exhaust goes down, and Wally takes a couple tower shots. There's the Featherstorm flash forward, but Chris bot laner gets caught by a double barrel. Wally picks up with a 1v2. What a beautiful gameplay combo. And here we go, wreaking havoc in the bottom side row, trying to get away from this very big Mundo. The Spirit Bear just regenerating through all of the damage. Shimmy gets exhausted. Fargo gets explosive cast away. The Pillar Peacemaker, ace in the hole, is not going to be getting him. Not this time. What a beautiful play from Wally. Uh-oh, here we go. There's the Drowsy. He actually uses the Zanya's Whopper. No Mayo almost gets the kill, but the soldiers will take him out. And CrimsonKC overstay a little bit. They went a little deep there into the middle of the base.
Wally's a god, dude.
Yeah, that was quite impressive.
Did you see? Okay, so he flashes. So Featherstorm comes out right after all that like random diving. He flashes back so that he's behind Zaya.
No, he didn't even flash. He just walked forward.
Did he? She flashed forward, right?
Yeah, Crispy bot laner flashed forward. Wally just walked forward to dodge away from the feathers so she couldn't rip them through him, and just uses the barrel he had pre-set up in the brush, throws down another one onto the Lulu, and gets the quick double kill.
That was crazy. All the while, their team just freely starts to dive in the bot lane and goes a little bit too hard as they were like diving into their base. But
yeah, Wally was just like, guys, I just 1v2'd up here. What are you guys doing? Come on.
Oh man.
You know, when you win super hard on your side of the map and your team loses the 4v3 on the other side.
That was like mind-blowing for a second there. So looking to do some builds again. Nothing too, okay, so we've now sold the, oh no, okay, so he built Nashers. He did finish Nashers too. Yeah. Now it looks like he's going into Morello still. He's built another.
That's what I would assume. Oh, they're going for the Baron. They do have one Mountain Drake. Yeah, the one thing that I don't do, I play Morgana and I would just go straight for the Zanya's Hourglass. That way you can very aggressively go for engages or plays with your ultimate. Meanwhile, Wally is going to be fighting Liposuction lane. Lipo actually has to run away, but he's got his team here to back him up. Wally going for it. There's the body slam. Liposuction goes down. Wild Growth not going to be there in time to save him. Wally now turning his sights onto the support. The Emperor's Divide not available. He gets the double in the 1v4. He's still kind of back. There's the barrel caught. Shimmy getting slowed up. He's gonna throw out another barrel, gets the move speed buff, and he makes it out. The 2 kills in a 1v4, and he makes it out of there. He's got his support now here. Shimmy getting chased down. The explosive cast blocked by the black shield. Wally just autos him down. He gets pulled into the tower by the Emperor's Divine. He finally goes down, but the Azir falls in his trade.
Wally slowly 1v9ing this game away as his team is just casually hanging out mid, taking tower after tower. That's going to be an inhib to fall. I think they can just walk bottom and possibly get another one.
I cannot imagine that Wally will be allowed to play Gangplank by any team who has seen this match.
Dude, this is actually insane.
And this bodes really well for CrimsonKC when you have a player that can absorb two must bans against that player. Then that frees up the rest of your team to, you know, specialize a little bit more.
I was gonna question whether the Fiora is a must ban, but seeing him play this makes me just not want to see that either.
Yeah,
it's gotta be insane.
Fiora's definitely not as high. No, hold on a second. Emperor's Divide knocks in the Zoe. Wild Growth knocks up 2, and they finally kill off the Zoe. They're running away. The Righteous Glory will slow them to go in with the Feather Storm. They rip the feathers through. Fargo goes down.
Yeah, a little bit over aggressive without Wally there. They knew he was dead, so he wasn't going to really be able to help him out. He did throw on the ultimate, though, as he was running back down the lane. But it's not going to be enough to slow him down. It will be 2 free kills as Wally goes back top. And they're just going to have to reset and kind of take a deep breath. And there is another dragon up. It will be the Air Drake.
But yeah,
so,
like we were saying, the Fiora definitely not as high priority of a top laner in general than as Gangplank. But just seeing how good a player like Wally is at the champions that he specializes in. The fact that he has almost as many, is it almost as many or is it more Fiora games than Gangplank?
I'm actually not sure.
But by far those two
right.
Played. So I would be very scared to let Wally have a champion that he feels very comfortable on.
This guy is playing like a beast to leave it down there. He actually went for the Infinity Edge next, so he's going into a little bit of crit. He's got a stopwatch. I wonder if he'll actually go for the GA or if he'll just sell that.
Ooh, not quite.
They're just kind of sieging up this bottom lane. Only 2 of them there, though, with Wally and Zinthros, as the rest of the team is shoving in the mid. And looks like they're going to want to rotate bottom. At least that's where Whopper No Mayo is going.
This gold lead has ballooned. At 14 minutes, it was 4K. At 24 minutes, it is 14K.
Yeah.
Oh, Righteous Glory popped. They're looking for the fight. Fargo, this was not where he wanted to walk in. No Black Shield available. Wally has to get out of there. Fargo does make it over the side, but Wally will be going down. Here's the stopwatch just to keep himself alive for a little bit longer, but he will finally fall. But here's Whopper No Mayo. The rest of the team is here. They've killed off 2. Crispy bot laner getting crit down finally falls with the Spirit Bear's fire, and Jimmy will go down to a double kill for Whopper No Mayo.
They may have killed Wally. They may have killed Wally, but the team was there this time, baby. They come in from the side of that nice flank. Fargo was able to get away and start free hitting. A Whopper No Mayo blowing people up, as that will be the ace for a 2 for 5, and it looks to be the game here for CrimsonKC.
They make it. They come back after a very disappointing game 1 without Wally, and you're right. Like, the impact a 4v5 can have is pretty significant. CrimsonKC able to take it back and win 2-1 over Team KC. And what a great series to start off LKC's 2018 season.
Yeah, I'm happy we got a big play out of it. That was
yeah, that was it. That was like watching our Wally playing that game, outplaying the 2v1 over Crispy bot laner and KK Hillboy, and then that 2 kills in a 1v4, and he didn't even die until the entire team started to come for him. But that was quite impressive. In any case, I think that is the conclusion of this stream. Is that not? Am I correct?
Yeah, that will be the end of our stream. I believe the other one is already over with. I'm getting messages from one of the casters, so I'm going to assume that the other one is over with. I'm being asked for us to decide an MVP.
An MVP for that? I mean, I have to give it to Wally. I mean, you really. I don't think there's really any other candidate, you know?
Yeah, I can't argue anyone else. I mean, he wasn't even there game 1. Game 2, he played pretty damn well. And then game 3, just popping off, dude.
Whew. Yeah. All right. So that will be the conclusion of this stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope to see you guys. Well, I mean, I won't, but I hope to see you all in Twitch chat for the rest of the League KC streams. And, of course, the OKLCS streams, which will be happening this Sunday and Monday. So thank you all for watching and have a good night. I will be signing out.
Yep, same here. I'm going to leave this stream on in case you guys want to look at some stats or anything and so people know. But thanks to you guys for showing up and have a wonderful night.
I'm sweet, I've got a secret so cold and hard to keep. Nobody knows where to find my family. They've gone missing. It's because of me. I'm like Ace, I have nowhere to sleep. So we roam on the road with the other 3. Feeling old and alone, now we're young and free. Nowhere to go and no home cause they're scared of me. Listen, it's fixing to your cold heart knocking. It's your heart blocking it. Scarlet, you're fixing all the holes where rise when our job is finished. We are listless and we tear away. Gets the leather, the blurs of cities together